One of Huawei's newest wearables is the Huawei Watch GT Runner. Now, today's video will be more like a quick review, and I will show you what this watch has to offer and what it's basically for. Now, before we get started, hit the like button right now and subscribe to my channel if you're new and don't want to miss out on any new cool tech reviews. So first of all, what do we get in the box? Inside we have the watch, of course, some paper stuff, and an extra shorter band, which I like a lot since not everyone has big wrists. And this smaller band is the perfect size for anyone with smaller wrists, so you don't have to get and buy a new one once you receive this watch. As well as you have a magnetical charger that takes about 2 hours until your watch is fully charged. Now that may seem a lot, and in fact it is, but let's take a look at it from another perspective. Huawei states that this watch lasts about 2 weeks on normal usage. As for my testing, I lose about 10% every day, so if you add that up, I get around 10 days of battery life. So with the right settings, you should probably get 12 to 14 days. Now when it comes to me, I have my brightening settings on high. You can also put it in auto brightness mode to save a little bit more of your battery life, or choose one of the many different brightness levels. I also have all of the health tracking features run 24/7, just like my heart rate. This one has a few different modes. On default, your watch is set to this smart heart rate monitoring that doesn't track the whole time. But since I want to see a more detailed version of my heart rate, I set it to constantly monitoring my heart rate. That comes at the cost of your battery life, but it's definitely worth it. By the way, you can set your watch to give you some alerts once you hit a certain heart rate, either for when it's too high or when it's too low. As well as I get quite a few notifications during the day, since I have all of my common apps notify me. In the Huawei Health app, you can toggle off the apps that you don't need and don't want to get any notifications from, and toggle the ones on you need the most, like Instagram or WhatsApp. Now, just in case you didn't know, you can actually reply to WhatsApp messages. You just have to swipe up from your home screen, click on any message, and you can answer with either emoji or a quick reply answer that you can actually customize in your Health app. Alright, talking about swiping up, you can also swipe down to get to your usual quick panel, swiping right takes you to the weather widget and your music controls, and swiping to the left takes you through all of your other applications like your training load, training index, which gives you a grade regarding your fitness level. It tells you how much you've recovered from your last workout session, or your predicted time for a 5 or 10 kilometer run, a half marathon, or even a full marathon, based on your past running results. You can also download workout plans and implement them onto your watch. We've got the heart rate monitoring, resting heart rate, and your weather once again. You can also click on it to see a small weather forecast for the next couple of hours or days. Now, as you may have seen, you have 2 physical buttons on the side of the watch. The upper one is your main button and takes you to your app menu, or by rotating it, you can scroll through your messages and apps. The lower one is customizable and takes you to any of your apps, like for me is the workout modes. Oh, and you don't have to stick to the default app layout. When we head over into our settings, watch face and home, and scroll all the way down and click on home, you can switch your app layout from a list to a grid layout, which looks like the one we have with other smartwatches like the Apple Watch. Just one thing I noticed about the rotatable button is that it feels a little loose. Now, don't get me wrong, it doesn't wiggle around or anything like that, but just by the touch of my long sleeve clothes, it's already moving, and that's annoying. Alright, let's head over to some watch faces, and this one right here is probably one of the coolest of all of them. Now, you can interact with each of the displayed metrics like the weather, workout, music, altitude, and so on. Unfortunately, you cannot change the metrics, but at least you get to choose another color design in case you don't like the one that you have. Depending on the watch face, you can change different things like the metrics that are displayed, and if the watch faces you have by default aren't enough, you can always download some more in the Health app. Some of them may cost $1 or $2, but there's also a section with free watch faces, so you don't have to worry right here. So what else do we get? The Huawei GT Runner might be the best smartwatch you can get as a runner. And that's not because of all the running specific applications, but it's also because of the design. Overall, you have a big 1.43-inch AMOLED touch display with a resolution of 466 by 466 pixels. It is water resistant up to 5 ATM, and despite of the size, it only weighs in at 38.5 grams. So you barely notice this watch while you're running. Also, the strap feels very comfortable on your skin, and through the big gaps on the case of the watch, your skin gets enough air as well. Since it's sometimes a little bit boring running without music, you have 4 GB of internal storage on your watch. So you can either transfer music from your smartphone over to your smartwatch, or you can download music from the Huawei Music Store. Either way is fine. Now, as well as let's talk about the built-in GPS and the accuracy of the heart rate. Now, as I was comparing this watch to my chest strap, the heart rate while I was doing some workout was only off by like 2%, and the built-in GPS works fine as well. It definitely is good enough to keep track of your route. It may not be 100% accurate and cuts corners short sometimes, but very good in the city or outside in some open space. I was comparing it to the Garmin Fenix 7 and you definitely see some differences, but no big ones. Now, talking about some workouts, you have quite a few workout modes covered with this one. Now, starting from walking, running, cycling and swimming, all the way up to some winter and water sports. You also have a preset of different running courses you can do, starting with some basic run walking courses over to some advanced stuff, temp runs and HIIT runs. If you feel like, you can even create your very own course in the Huawei Health app. Now, I almost forgot to tell you that you have an auto pause function as well, and it only takes about like 10 seconds until your watch finds a good GPS signal. Now, there are a whole bunch of different and accurate GPS watches out there, like the Garmin Forerunner 55 or my personal favorite, the Garmin Venue 2. Now, I got 2 great videos for you right here, and you can see how awesome these watches actually are. And now, with that being said, see you the next time. Peace.